Hello, my friends and beautiful souls over 60. Let me ask you something important. Have you been feeling weaker lately? Are your arms or legs getting thinner? Do you find yourself struggling to lift a bag of groceries or even stand up from a chair without pushing off? If you nodded yes, you're not alone. But more importantly, you are not powerless. What you are feeling might be something called sarcopenia, a gradual loss of muscle mass and strength as we age. But here sits the exciting truth. Your body can still rebuild, your muscles can still grow, and today I'm revealing 6 powerful fruits that can naturally fight sarcopenia and help you restore that youthful strength again. Yes, fruits! If you've noticed your arms getting thinner, your legs feeling weaker, or even that getting up from a chair is just a little harder than it used to be, I want you to know something that very few people are talking about. It's not just aging, it's not just part of life. What you're experiencing could be something called sarcopenia. And while that might sound like a complex medical term, I want you to remember just one simple truth. Sarcopenia is not a sentence, it's a signal, and more importantly, it's reversible. Now, what is sarcopenia really? It's the natural loss of muscle mass, strength, and function that happens as we get older, usually starting around our 50s and accelerating if we don't actively intervene. In fact, after the age of 60, most people lose 3–8% of their muscle mass per decade. That may not sound like much at first, but over time, it adds up. And eventually, it doesn't just affect how strong you feel, it impacts your balance, your mobility, your independence, and even your metabolism and immune system. But here's where I need you to lean in and listen closely. Your body is still alive, still capable of amazing things. Your muscles may have been neglected, underused, or undernourished, but they have not given up on you, and I refuse to let you give up on them. The medical system often teaches us to manage decline, but I'm here to teach you something radically different, how to regenerate. You see, muscle is a metabolically active tissue. That means it responds to your behavior. It doesn't just atrophy and disappear, it adapts. The more you nourish it, challenge it, and give it the raw ingredients it needs, the more it can grow back. So what are those raw ingredients? Let's start with the food on your plate. When we think about building muscle, most people jump straight to protein, and yes, it's critical, but what's even more powerful, especially as we age, is how our body absorbs and utilizes that protein. And here's where your diet can either fight for you or work against you. As we get older, our digestion becomes less efficient, we produce fewer digestive enzymes, we absorb nutrients at a slower rate. That means that even if you're eating enough protein, your body might not be using it effectively to rebuild muscle tissue. And that's where certain fruits come into the picture in a way most people don't realize. Fruits like mangoes and pineapples contain natural enzymes like bromelain and amylase, which help break down food and enhance protein digestion. This makes it easier for your body to access the amino acids it needs to repair and grow muscle fibers. Other fruits, like kiwis and oranges, are rich in vitamin C, which is not just an immune booster. It's also essential for the production of collagen, a protein that gives your muscles structure and helps them attach firmly to your bones. Without enough vitamin C, your muscle recovery slows down dramatically. So even if you're doing light exercise or physical therapy, you won't get the full benefit if you're deficient in these nutrients. Still others, like Tart, cherries, and grapes, contain powerful antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress, which is like a kind of internal rusting of your tissues. You see, when muscles are inflamed or under stress, either from exercise or from the natural wear and tear of life, they produce free radicals, and too many free radicals can damage your muscle cells, leading to pain, weakness, and slower regeneration. Antioxidants clean up this internal damage and speed up healing. Now, I'm not saying fruit alone will rebuild your muscles, but when combined with high-quality protein, light resistance movement, and consistent hydration, fruits can be the catalyst that unlocks your body's healing power. But let's not forget another piece of the puzzle: mindset. Because many people, especially those over 60, have been taught to expect weakness. They believe that getting older means slowing down, getting frail, needing help. And I'm here to tell you that is a lie. Yes, your body has changed. Yes, you may have more aches and pains than you did at 30, but you are not broken. You are biologically designed to adapt. I've seen 70-year-olds with stronger legs than people in their 40s. I've seen seniors regain balance, reverse frailty, and even build new muscle tissue through the right nutrition and movement without extreme gym workouts or expensive supplements. It starts with belief, continues with consistent effort, and is fueled by the right nutrients. And let me say this plainly, muscle is not just about looking good in a mirror. It's about being able to pick up your grandchild without back pain. It's about being able to walk without a cane. It's about being able to get out of bed in the morning and move freely and confidently, knowing your body is strong enough to support your life. That's what reversing sarcopenia is really about. It's about reclaiming your independence. It's about aging on your terms with dignity, strength, and vitality. You don't need to go on a fad diet. You don't need to join a boot camp. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You just need to start small, be intentional, and be consistent. Add 2 servings of fruit to your breakfast. Drink more water, stretch every morning, go for short walks, use your muscles daily, even lightly, and believe that your body will respond because it absolutely can. That, my friends, is the truth the world needs to hear. Sarcopenia is not a death sentence for your mobility. It's a challenge you can overcome, and the first step is simple. Nourish your body with the right foods, including the powerful fruits nature has given us. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Let's rebuild one bite, one breath, one step at a time. Let me ask you something honest. From one heart to another, when was the last time someone told you that fruit could change your life? Most people look at fruit as a sweet snack, maybe something to eat on a hot day or toss into a breakfast bowl. But very few truly understand the healing power hidden inside fruits, especially when it comes to rebuilding lost muscle, reversing sarcopenia, and giving your aging body the support it desperately craves. We've been conditioned to think muscle only comes from protein powders, heavyweight training, or intense gym routines. And while, yes, protein and movement absolutely matter, what we often overlook is how our body processes nutrients. And that's where fruit, nature's perfectly designed medicine, comes into the picture. Now listen closely. After 60, your body doesn't operate like it did in your 30s. Digestion slows. Enzyme production decreases. Your cells become less efficient at using nutrients. And your muscles, they need more help than ever to repair, rebuild, and function. This is not a flaw, it's SEP's biology. But biology is adaptable if you feed it the right tools. And this is exactly where fruit can become one of your greatest allies. Let's begin with something very simple, digestion. When you eat a high-protein meal, your body breaks it down into amino acids, the building blocks of muscle. But as you age, your stomach acid and digestive enzyme levels drop, making it harder to break down protein fully. This leads to bloating, poor absorption, and worst of all, muscle-building nutrients going to waste. Now here sits where fruit becomes more than food. Take pineapple and mango, for example. These aren't just sweet treats. They contain natural enzymes like bromelain and amylase. These enzymes assist your body in breaking down proteins more efficiently, making it easier for your gut to extract the essential amino acids needed for muscle repair. So, even if you're eating enough protein, without support from fruits like these, you could still be undernourished on a cellular level. Let's go further. Muscle isn't just made of protein, it requires collagen and connective tissue support, especially for your tendons, ligaments, and fascia, the framework that holds everything together. And what nutrient is absolutely vital for collagen synthesis? Vitamin C. Now, most people think of oranges when I say vitamin C, but did you know that kiwi actually has more vitamin C per gram than oranges? Or that strawberries, papaya, and guava are loaded with this immune-boosting, muscle-healing nutrient? Vitamin C isn't just a cold-fighting vitamin. It plays a central role in collagen production, wound healing, tendon repair, and reducing inflammation in your joints and muscles. That's why seniors who eat more vitamin C-rich fruits experience less pain, better mobility, and faster recovery from exercise or activity. But that's just the beginning. Another reason muscles deteriorate with age is something called oxidative stress. As we grow older, our cells are exposed to more free radicals, unstable molecules that damage tissues, slow healing, and speed up aging. And guess what? Muscle tissue is particularly sensitive to oxidative damage. Enter antioxidants, the natural defenders found in fruits, and one of the richest sources of antioxidants: tart cherries, blueberries, and grapes. These fruits contain powerful compounds like anthocyanins and resveratrol, which neutralize free radicals, lower inflammation, and protect muscle tissue during and after physical activity. In fact, studies have shown that tart cherry juice can reduce post-exercise soreness, support muscle strength, and even improve sleep quality, which is critical for recovery and hormone regulation. Now let's talk about hydration, because this is another silent contributor to muscle loss. Many older adults are chronically dehydrated and don't even realize it. And when your body lacks water, muscles shrink, cramp, and become more prone to injury. But hydration isn't just about drinking more water, it's also about eating water-rich fruits. Fruits like watermelon, cantaloupe, and oranges are loaded with natural electrolytes like potassium and magnesium, which help regulate muscle contractions and prevent cramps. Watermelon even contains citrulline, a compound that improves blood flow to muscles, enhances nutrient delivery, and accelerates recovery after activity. So imagine this: you're over 60, doing light exercise, eating protein, but your muscles aren't growing the way you expected. Why? Because without antioxidants, enzymes, electrolytes, and anti-inflammatory compounds from fruits, your muscles aren't getting the full spectrum of support they need to thrive. You see, building muscle after 60 isn't just about lifting weights. It's about creating the internal environment that supports growth. That means fighting inflammation, reducing oxidative stress, supporting digestion and protein absorption, improving blood flow, enhancing recovery, and fruit does all of that, naturally, safely, deliciously. Yet, sadly, many older adults avoid fruit altogether. Why? Because of the myth that fruit is too high in sugar. Let me clarify something. The natural sugar in fruit is wrapped in fiber, water, vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that help regulate blood sugar, not spike it. In fact, some fruits can even stabilize your glucose levels when eaten with protein or healthy fat. So don't fear fruit. Respect it. Use it wisely. Make it your ally. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. You don't need to go 100% plant-based. Just start adding 2-3 servings of muscle-supportive fruits per day, ideally spaced out with meals. A banana with breakfast, berries with yogurt or cottage cheese, watermelon after your walk, tart cherry juice in the evening to reduce soreness and improve sleep. These small shifts, when done consistently, can change the trajectory of your strength, mobility, and energy for years to come. My friends, don't let anyone convince you that decline is your destiny. You are not too old. You are not too late. And your muscles are not beyond repair. The answer isn't always in a pill, a powder, or a product. Sometimes the answer is in a bowl of vibrant, colorful fruit, a medicine designed by nature to help your body heal, rebuild, and flourish. Let your plate be your pharmacy. Let your fork be your first tool of recovery. Because you, my friends, still have time to rebuild. And fruit, humble, healing, powerful fruit, is one of your most underused allies in that journey. So go to your kitchen, open that fridge, and give your muscles the love they deserve. You were made for strength. Let tests return to it. There's something quietly powerful happening in your body every single day, a process so constant, so essential, that most people don't even realize it's the key to keeping your muscles strong, your joints pain-free, and your body resilient after 60. It's called recovery. You see, building or even maintaining muscle isn't just about what happens when you move, it's about what happens after. How you recover, how you repair, how you rebuild. And the truth is, if your body doesn't have the right tools to recover from the stress of daily life, the gentle strain of exercise, or even inflammation caused by aging, your muscles can't keep up. They break down faster than they build back. Now, most people think protein is the only answer, and while it's essential, it's not the full story. Let me introduce you to one of the most powerful yet most overlooked nutrients for muscle health: vitamin C. Yes, the same vitamin you've heard about for immunity, colds, and flu, that's the one. But what they rarely tell you is that vitamin C is also one of the most critical nutrients for aging muscles. Let's break this down. Vitamin C plays a central role in collagen synthesis, and collagen is the most abundant protein in your body. It holds your muscles to your bones. It forms the connective tissue in your joints, your tendons, your ligaments. Without collagen, you don't just lose muscle, you lose structure, flexibility, and strength. When you're young, your body produces collagen efficiently, but after the age of 50, production slows, and by 60, it drops significantly. That's why people start noticing creaky knees, sore shoulders, stiff fingers, and weaker grip strength. It's not just age, it's collagen loss. And if your vitamin C levels are low, your body can't produce the collagen it needs. And here's something even more important: your body doesn't store vitamin C. That means you need to replenish it daily, not once a week, not just when you're sick, but every single day. Especially if you want to repair muscle tissue, prevent joint pain, and slow the decline in mobility. Let's take it further. When you use your muscles, whether lifting a grocery bag, climbing stairs, or doing light resistance training, your muscle fibers experience tiny tears. This is normal and part of the muscle building process. But in older adults, this damage can take longer to repair unless your body has antioxidants ready to fight the inflammation and oxidative stress that follow. What is oxidative stress? Think of it like rust on the inside. As we age, our cells produce unstable molecules called free radicals, especially during physical stress. These molecules damage healthy tissue, including muscle fibers, unless neutralized by antioxidants. And here's where fruit, especially vitamin C-rich fruits, becomes your secret weapon. Fruits like kiwis, oranges, strawberries, guavas, papayas, and citrus are loaded with antioxidants like vitamin C, flavonoids, and carotenoids. These compounds actively fight inflammation, reduce muscle soreness, protect against tissue damage, and help your body heal faster. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you take a 20-minute walk in the morning. You feel good, proud of yourself. You start doing what you should be doing. But later that evening, your knees ache a bit. Your calves feel stiff. You wonder, am I just getting old? No, friend. You're not just getting old. You're under-recovering. If your body isn't saturated with nutrients that support healing like vitamin C and antioxidants, even light movement can leave you tired, sore, and discouraged. But when your diet is rich in these nutrients, you bounce back faster, you feel stronger the next day, your tissues are repaired while you sleep, your inflammation goes down, and your motivation goes up. That sets the difference. In fact, research shows that higher vitamin C intake is directly associated with greater muscle mass in older adults. One study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that men and women with the highest levels of vitamin C had significantly better skeletal muscle mass than those with low levels, even if they weren't exercising heavily. That's how much of a difference it can make. And here's something else to consider. Vitamin C boosts iron absorption, especially non-heme iron from plant-based foods. Why does this matter? Because iron carries oxygen to your muscles. Without enough oxygen, your muscles fatigue quickly and your recovery slows. So not only is vitamin C helping repair muscle, but it's also helping deliver the nutrients your muscles need to keep going. But I don't want to stop with vitamin C alone. Fruits are more than just vessels of one vitamin. They are complex systems of healing. Let's talk about berries, for example. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, these are packed with anthocyanins, another group of antioxidants that protect your cells from inflammation. Studies show that older adults who consume more berries experience less cognitive decline, reduced joint pain, and improved mobility. That's not coincidence. That's chemistry working in your favor. And then we have Tart cherries, nature's recovery miracle. Tart cherries contain polyphenols and melatonin, which not only reduce inflammation, but also improve sleep, a vital part of muscle recovery. One glass of tart cherry juice before bed can reduce morning stiffness and improve sleep quality, which is when most of your healing actually happens. You don't need to remember all the science. Just remember this: a colorful plate means a powerful recovery. If your meals are pale, brown, beige, and lifeless, your body's healing system has no fuel. But when your plate is filled with vibrant oranges, deep reds, bold purples, and rich greens, you are flooding your body with life-giving compounds that turn back the clock, one meal at a time. And let me be very clear, this is not about eliminating anything. This is about adding in what's missing. The vitamins and antioxidants that most people don't get enough of, but your aging muscles are absolutely craving. So that's my challenge to you. Start tomorrow with fruit, make it a ritual. Add kiwi slices to your breakfast. Enjoy a handful of berries with your lunch. Have a glass of citrus-infused water in the afternoon. Try Tart cherry juice before bed. Not all at once, not perfectly, but consistently. Over time, your joints will feel looser, your muscles will respond faster, your strength will return slowly but surely. And perhaps most importantly, your confidence in your body will come back. That's the power of vitamin C and antioxidants. They don't shout, they don't need marketing, they just work quietly, powerfully, and reliably if you give them a place in your life. So the next time someone tells you that muscle loss is just a part of aging, I want you to smile and pass them a bowl of fruit, because now you know better. And now you can do better. Let's pause for a second. Before we talk about muscle, before we talk about diet or exercise, I want you to consider something even more foundational, something so simple yet so often overlooked: water. Yes, my friend. Hydration? And if you're thinking, Dr. Gardner, surely you're not saying water can help me rebuild muscle? Oh, but I am. Not just water, but also water-rich fruits that hydrate, nourish, and unlock your body's ability to heal. Let me explain. You already know that muscles need protein. You probably know they need movement. But here's the part most people miss. Muscle is made up of nearly 75% water. That sips right. It's not just meat and fiber. It's fluid, electrolytes, blood flow, and cellular hydration. And as we age, our thirst mechanism weakens. That means by the time you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. Many older adults are walking around in a state of chronic low-grade dehydration, and they don't even know it. They just feel more tired, stiffer in the joints, maybe a little dizzy when they stand. Their muscles feel weak, their recovery is slow, and they think it's just part of getting older. But it's not just age, it's water. You see, when your body is even 1–2% dehydrated, muscle performance drops. Muscle repair slows. Your blood becomes thicker, circulation gets sluggish, and your cells don't receive the oxygen and nutrients they need to function. So even if you're eating a perfect diet and moving every day without enough water, it's like trying to run a car with no oil in the engine. This is where blood flow comes in. Healthy circulation is the highway of healing. It transports oxygen, amino acids, glucose, antioxidants, all the ingredients your muscles need to repair and rebuild. And if your blood isn't flowing well, your muscles don't recover well. It's that simple. Now here sits where this gets exciting. There are certain fruits that are not only packed with water, but also increase blood flow naturally thanks to compounds that support your endothelium, the thin lining of your blood vessels. These fruits don't just hydrate, they actually open the vessels, improve circulation, and allow your muscles to heal faster and stronger. One of the best examples is watermelon. Watermelon is over 90% water, but that's not what makes it special. It contains a compound called citrulline, which your body converts into arginine, and then into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas that dilates your blood vessels, increasing blood flow, oxygen delivery, and nutrient uptake into your muscles. Think about that. A slice of watermelon after your morning walk doesn't just cool you down, it's increasing the nutrient delivery system to every single cell in your body. It's helping your muscles receive the materials they need to rebuild themselves. That sit's not just refreshing, that sit's powerful. Other fruits help too. Beets, though technically a root vegetable, are often juiced with fruits and act similarly, improving vascular flexibility and lowering blood pressure. Citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruit contain flavonoids that improve circulation and protect the endothelial lining from damage. And let's not forget berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They're loaded with anthocyanins, natural compounds that reduce oxidative stress and improve capillary function, which is essential for microcirculation in your muscle tissues. Every time you eat a handful of berries, you're not just having a snack, you're opening the blood flow to your cells. Now let's circle back to hydration itself. Most people think of hydration as just drinking more water. And yes, water is critical. You should be sipping it throughout the day, especially in the morning and before and after physical activity. But fruits play a key role in a hydration strategy that actually sticks. Why? Because fruit doesn't just contain water, it contains electrolytes, minerals like potassium, magnesium, and calcium, which help your cells hold on to that water. These minerals balance the fluids inside and outside of your cells, which prevents cramps, regulates muscle contractions, and keeps your heart and nerves functioning properly. Let's take bananas, for example. They're not only a source of potassium, but also a fantastic pre- or post-walk snack because they replenish what your muscles lose through sweat, even if you're not drenching in it like you did in your youth. Oranges, cantaloupe, honeydew, all high in water and potassium. These are your body's natural Gatorade without the chemicals, dyes, or added sugars. And here's the key. Hydration is not just about quantity, it's about quality. If you're drinking coffee all day, and skipping water, your cells are still dehydrated. If you're eating dry, processed foods, crackers, toast, cookies, chips, you're adding to the problem. But when you eat a bowl of fresh fruit, you're giving your body bioavailable hydration, meaning your cells actually use it. This matters because without proper hydration, your joints become stiff, your tendons lose flexibility, and your muscles become more prone to tears, cramps, and injury. Dehydrated muscles literally shrink. They become less elastic, more fatigued, and less responsive to movement. And worst of all, you recover slower. But when you're hydrated, really hydrated, everything works better. Your muscles glide instead of grind. Your joints feel smoother. You sleep better, move better, and you have more energy to move again tomorrow. That creates a positive feedback loop, and that, my friend, is the essence of healthy aging. So, what do I want you to do? Don't just drink water? Eat your water? Add high-water fruits to your meals, watermelon with breakfast, orange slices with lunch, cucumber and lemon in your water bottle, frozen berries for an evening snack. Drink a glass of water when you wake up, then add fruits throughout the day. This isn't about perfection. This is about consistency. And if you're taking medications, many of which dehydrate you as a side effect, hydration becomes even more important. Diuretics, blood pressure meds, even some antidepressants can drain your body's fluids. You must stay ahead of it. So, if you've been wondering why your energy has dipped, why your muscles ache after light activity, or why you're not bouncing back the way you used to, start with water, then add in fruits that support hydration and circulation. Because no matter how strong your intentions are, if your muscles aren't hydrated and your blood isn't flowing, the recovery simply can't happen. But now you know, and knowing puts you back in control. Rebuilding after 60 is not about fighting aging. It's about working with your body, giving it what it's been quietly asking for. And sometimes that starts with something as simple as a slice of watermelon and a glass of water. Let's return to what's natural. Let's nourish. Let's hydrate. Your muscles are waiting, and they start ready. I want you to take a deep breath right now. Close your eyes if you can. And ask yourself, what did I eat today that truly nourished my body? Not just what filled your stomach, not what tasted good, but what actually helped your body repair, restore, and rebuild? For many of us over 60, we've lived decades of busy mornings, skipped meals, quick fixes, toast here, tea there. We've lived through fast food, processed snacks, and habits passed down from a generation that meant well but didn't know what we know now about nutrition and aging. And now here you are. Maybe your legs are weaker than they used to be. Maybe your balance isn't as sharp. Maybe your arms don't lift with the ease they once did. That's not weakness. That's not failure. That's your body asking for help. And the good news? That help can begin with a piece of fruit. Yes, something as simple as 2 or 3 fruits a day, consistently, can begin the beautiful process of rebuilding lost muscle, restoring cellular energy, and bringing vitality back to your body. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to count every calorie, but you do need consistency. Because muscle doesn't respond to one great meal, it responds to what you do every day. And that's where fruit comes in, not as a treat or afterthought, but as a daily healing habit. Let's be honest. Most people over 60 aren't eating enough fruits. Not nearly. Some avoid fruit completely out of fear. Fear of sugar, fear of carbs, fear from old school diets that told them fruit was bad. But let me be clear with you. Whole fruit is not your enemy. It is one of your greatest allies in the fight against muscle loss, fatigue, inflammation, and slow recovery. You see, fruits are living foods packed with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, enzymes, fiber, water, and most importantly, life energy. They're designed by nature to nourish your cells, improve digestion, fight inflammation, and support every stage of healing. Let me show you how something as simple as 2-3 fruits a day can change everything. Let's say you start your day with a banana. That one banana gives you potassium, vitamin B6, and magnesium, all of which support muscle contractions, nerve function, and electrolyte balance. That's not just breakfast, that's neuromuscular medicine on a plate. At lunch, maybe you have a kiwi or a handful of berries. Now your body gets a surge of vitamin C, fiber, and polyphenols, which help rebuild collagen, strengthen connective tissue, and reduce oxidative stress, the internal damage that leads to aging and stiffness. In the afternoon, you grab a few slices of watermelon. Now you're hydrating your muscles with over 90% water, plus giving your body citrulline, which improves blood flow and reduces post-activity soreness. Do you see what's happening here? You stir not just snacking, you stir healing. You're creating a constant flow of nutrients that your body can depend on morning, noon, and night. That's how you feed muscle tissue. That's how you reverse sarcopenia. That's how you start to feel strong again from the inside out. And here's something powerful. When you eat fruit regularly, not just once or twice a week, but every single day, your digestive system improves. Your energy levels rise. Your inflammation drops. Your blood pressure stabilizes. Your blood vessels dilate, allowing more oxygen to reach your muscles. That's not guesswork, that's cellular biology. Because your body isn't just a collection of parts, it's a living system, and fruit helps that system stay fluid, flexible, and fully functional. And let me tell you a little secret. You don't need to eat a mountain of fruit. You don't need fancy superfoods flown in from halfway across the world. You need 2 to 3 servings a day consistently. That could look like a banana with your oatmeal, berries mixed into yogurt, an apple with almond butter, watermelon cubes after a walk, a sliced orange in the evening. That's it. Not difficult, not expensive, not overwhelming, but deeply healing. And here sits what I've seen over and over again when my patients, especially those over 60, begin eating 2 to 3 fruits a day. Something shifts. At first it's subtle, less joint stiffness in the morning, a little more energy on their afternoon walk, better digestion. Then, week by week, they notice their legs don't shake as much when they stand. Their arms feel stronger lifting a grocery bag. Their skin looks brighter, their sleep deepens, their confidence returns. It's not magic, it's nutrition doing what it was always meant to do. And what I love about fruit is that it meets you where you are. You don't have to be a chef. You don't have to count macros. You just have to make the decision every single day to give your body what it's asking for. Because here sits the deeper truth. Most people aren't struggling with health because of one bad choice. They're struggling because of years without the right daily choices. But the moment you begin a fruit habit, everything begins to move in a new direction. And remember this, muscle loss doesn't just affect how we look, it affects how we live. Muscle supports your spine, your joints, your balance. It helps you avoid falls. It keeps you independent. It helps regulate your blood sugar, your hormones, and even your brain chemistry. So when you eat fruit and your muscles grow stronger, you're not just building biceps, you're building freedom. So here sits my invitation to you. Start tomorrow with 1 piece of fruit. Then add a second, maybe a third. Make it a ritual, make it joyful. Don't just eat fruit, honor it. It's one of the most loving things you can do for your body. One of the simplest, one of the most impactful. And do it daily, because daily equals destiny. Your strength is not behind you. It's something you lost forever. That's waiting for you, and you can start to rebuild it one beautiful, juicy, colorful bite at a time, because you stir not here to fade. You stir here to thrive. Let fruit help you do exactly that.